If I see a red football shirt, I would think
it
looks the same to me. A Liverpool shirt and a Manchester United shirt looks more or less the same, and I don't understand why you get so upset about that kind of nonsense.
Because I'm childish.
Yeah, well,
because it is. I tell you what it is with football, and if you don't follow football, it is ridiculous because you start believing it's more important than what it is.
But because you're passionate about it, aren't you?
Yeah, well, kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I keep on trying. I mean, I'm sat in there with one of the cleverest men in Britain, and you think rationally it's stupid to invest so much of your time watching millionaires run around, kick a ball, and do the things that you wish you could do. It's like a sporting version of porn, really, because you're watching it and thinking, I could do that, and I'm sure I'd be better than him. But underneath, you know you wouldn't be.
But he's from Manchester, and I guess, Brian, are you a Manchester United supporter?
He's from Oldham, isn't he?
Oldham Athletic, primarily.
OK. But, Brian, on the quantum level, all football teams are basically the same, aren't they?
Everything in the universe that can happen does happen. Therefore, there is a universe in which Liverpool will win the league this year.
Yeah.
Where it is.
Unfortunately,
just not this one, is that
I'm
right?
not living in it, so if you can get me that car from Back to the Future, I'll find me somewhere to park. Let me get back there and watch it.
OK. How was Christmas for you? You're away with the family, I guess. Did you have a good Christmas? Any family traditions that you have?
Well, not really. Well, you keep on thinking you've got a family tradition, and then it changes because the kids grow up. We've got one that we've maintained, which is to try and not have an argument before 2 o'clock. And,
on Christmas Day?
Yeah, try Christmas Day, not have a fight before 2 o'clock, but you can feel at half-1 the tension building because everyone's thinking, I can punch someone in half an hour. So we've kept that going, but now, you know what it's like, we were talking before, you've got teenage kids, Christmas isn't the same. I mean, like, I come downstairs and there's just people in the house I've never seen before. They just seem to stay for days, eat stuff, and then piss off. And I'm thinking, who are they? Yeah. And none of them ever sit there, and when you walk in the living room, they never say, hiya, or how are you, or thanks for having us. They just sit there watching your telly and go, and that's... I mean, they don't all do that, because some of them are girls.
Lana, if you didn't shake hands with John just yet, I'd leave it for a couple of hours.
I've got to be honest, that green room there was so funny, because me and Brian had sat there trying our best not to be pervs. It was...
Brian's gone off to sort himself out already on the lot of people. I do apologise, ladies.
Hey, somewhere in the universe, Brian's having a brilliant night.
We'll find out. We'll find out whether those neutrinos can travel as fast as says. But you're a vegetarian, aren't you?
I am vegetarian.
You're a vegetarian, so wow, there's a lot of love for the vegetarians.
Yeah, there is. That's a couple of horses who have come in.
So what do you do Christmas Day? Because are your boys vegetarians?
No. Because I've been vegetarian now for 26 years.
So what turned you? What made you decide not to eat meat?
I was working in a hamburger shop.
Is this going to be upsetting for the rest of us?
No, it's not. It's not. I was working in a hamburger shop in Guernsey called Chicken George. So...
You've really got around a bit, haven't you?
I was living the life.
How are you working in Chicken George?
No, I wasn't working there, John. I was running it. I was Chicken George. I was the manager, which meant that whilst I was there, in Guernsey at that time, you phoned up the farm on Monday and collected the meat on Wednesday. And I basically walked into the wrong room at the wrong time on the wrong day and went...
So you saw the part of the food chain that most of us try to avoid looking at?
I saw the bit where I saw the bit just after the cow had been killed, but it still had enough life in its eyes to look at me and go, this was your fault.
Oh. Did it know you were Chicken George, do you think?
I had the T-shirt on. I said it wasn't you, I came for the chicken.
So what do you eat Christmas Day? What do you have?
So basically what happened on Christmas Day, I went to my father-in-law's and they'd done a great spread and I had a sort of phyllo pastry with cheese and spinach.
That sounds nice. That sounds like
nice food.
That sounds like you got the better deal.
We don't go around eating grass.
Well, no, I know you look healthy. So I just wonder whether you got a kind of tofu-based thing that looked like a turkey, like a tofurkey.
So we get a load of tofu and model it to look like a turkey.
But you can buy a tofurkey. You can. There is such a thing as a tofurkey.
No way.
There is. My daughter loves a tofurkey.
A
And don't make a
tofurkey?
joke about that. Okay?
I'm not saying anything about your daughter and a tofurkey. There is honestly a tofurkey.
There's a tofurkey. She ate a lot of the tofurkey. And I tried a bit of the tofurkey, and I tell you, it was one of the best tofurkeys I've ever tried.
Oh, I bet. I've got to be honest, I wasn't expecting a conversation about a tofurkey tonight.
Can I be honest with you?
The tofurkey market after this show will go through the roof.
I tell you what, you never mind Chicken George, you want to be Tofu Tommy. You want to... Hey, congratulations on your Saturday night show. Are you watching John Bishop on BBC on Saturday nights, ladies and gentlemen?
Yeah.
He's doing great.
It went well, it went very good, it was good.
And the tours are doing great as well. You're doing a bigger one this year, is that right?
Yeah, I mean, what happened is I did the tour last year, the Sunshine Tour, and I finished it, and I wanted to take time off, but then it's just, stand-up is just what I do.
I didn't see the new tour. I've got the DVD, OK? And someone tells me at the end, there's a dance. You do a choreographed dance routine, and I didn't think you were the type who would want to end a show on a dance. So I love the idea, but what's...
Choreographs is a stretch. I had an argument with my sons about Saturday Night Fever. And Saturday Night Fever being the brilliant film that it was. And for our generation, fantastic film. You see John Travolta's movie. So I had this big argument with them, and that's part of the show. And when you're doing shows in arenas, you want to finish off on something good.
A big showstopper idea.
So I thought we'll finish it with me doing Saturday Night Fever. And what was brilliant about it is that when we were doing the arenas, I got 20 dancers in. And one of my sons, the 15-year-old, he was one of the dancers.
So, because he dances, doesn't he?
He does dance, and it's been brilliant because I've got 3 boys and the other 2 play football. And so as a dad, I've always been engaged with them. But because he dances, I've never had that same connection with him, which is difficult because you can't. I mean, as a dad, you can't go and watch your son dance and go, "Get your leg up! Pirouette! Pirouette!" And you can with football, so you never have that engagement with him. So when I got this opportunity to see if he wanted to do it, he did it, and so he danced with the professional dancers in front of, 10,000 people a night. It was brilliant.
And how was your dancing on stage?
Terrible.
OK. You are, I think, a fit-looking guy for your age. You keep yourself in pretty good shape.
I'm doing a bit, yeah. Okay. I'm doing a bit.
Because you're training for something. I know you can't give too many deals away, but you're training for something pretty big this year.
Yeah, and I'm doing a challenge for Sports Relief, which...
It's a big thing, isn't it?
It is, and obviously we're not saying anything until it's officially launched because it gives us a little bit longer to see if I can actually do it. But it's a challenge, and it came about because James Corden actually phoned me up about 6 months ago and said, "Do you want to do something for Sports Relief next year?" So I said, yeah, let's have a chat with them. We had a chat with them. We came up with the challenge. The challenge looks great. It looks like a bit of an adventure. And then, unfortunately, James's play is really taken off.
Yeah.
So he's not going to be around.
Because he's gone to New York in the play, I believe.
He's going to be over in Broadway. So I said to Sports Relief, well, that's obviously we're not going to do it. And to which they said, well, unfortunately, we've got a commission from BBC One. We've got a sponsor. We're going to put the money towards these vaccines, £5 vaccines, which save children's lives. We're hoping that we might raise somewhere close to £1 million, which will be about 250,000 kids' lives saved. So, but you don't have to do it if you don't want to. And it's just like saying, how big a twat do you want to be? So I said, all right, then I'll do it. So at the moment, we're moving towards it, and hopefully we'll make it.
But you've done a lot of on League of Their Own.
Yeah.
You do. Every week they make you do some kind of a challenge.
Yeah.
And we got a picture of you here, and you can see Jonathan Peter's show. This is you swimming. You're doing a diving challenge. Although you can see.
Let's have a look at that picture.
Which of those 3 men is sucking his gut in the most?
That was so unfair, that picture. Because I tell you what, they said, do you want to come and do this 10-metre dive with Tom Daly and Jamie Redknapp? Which is just like saying, do you want to show the world how fat you really are?
But you seem to have a tan line there.
Yeah, so what happened? I was with Jamie the day before. And the day before, Jamie Redknapp had a bush of hair all over him. And I said, there's not a chance. He said it might be there tomorrow, it might not. So I was staying in a hotel, and the hotel had this spa. So I went in, I said, listen, love, I've never had a spray tan. I said, look, white as a sheet. I'm going to be stood next to Jamie then that sound. Do your best. So when you get one of these spray tans as the bloke, they put you in these Bermuda shorts. So I'm stood there in these Bermuda shorts. I tell you, they give me that cosy. Look at the state of it. Don't I? I look like a Battenberg cake. Look at the state of that.
Hey, good luck with the tour. The tour's not until September, though, is it?
No, not until September. So I'm starting writing it, putting it together, getting back in all the little clubs, pulling it, which is brilliant. What was brilliant about that is after you'd done all that messing about, David Guetta went home and went, where are you from?
I wonder, he's probably never been to Liverpool. David, you ever been to Liverpool?
Yes, this is where I don't understand no one. Like, it is really... That's why I found, like, I think I recognize this accent. It was that time when I went to a city where I could not understand anybody.
The cliche Liverpudlian thing is, calm down, calm down. That's the cliche thing, isn't it? Does anyone ever go, calm down? Ever say that in Liverpool?
No one has ever said that in Liverpool. In the same way, David's not wearing a beret with onions round his neck.
Well, it's only because we asked him not to. OK, hey, congratulations. What an incredible achievement for Sport Relief. John, with the team around him, of course, but John did, you know, what seemed almost like an impossible task, raised £4 million for Sport Relief. That is exceptional. And you were here on the show before you set off on that. You couldn't say much about it. But it does sound to me like the challenges they're trying to get people to do, they're getting crazy hard. I mean, they're going to kill someone if they're not careful.
Definitely, yeah.
Because that was... Talk us through it. What was the hardest part of that endurance?
I mean, it was a bike ride from Paris to the coast.
And that's how far's that? That's
185 miles.
It's a long ride.
It's a long ride in a day. So we finished that at 4 o'clock in the morning.
So you must have been... and I know you trained for it, but that's... You would never have done that sort of distance before in one stint.
No. I mean, yeah, I could ride the bike. I didn't start off with me dad running behind me on stabilised. Go on, son, don't look back, don't look back.
When I count to 3, I'm letting go.
And, so I did that, and that obviously took longer than they thought, and that meant that I only had an hour's sleep before getting in the boat the following day. There was 4 of us in a 6-man boat. There was Davina McCall, Denise Lewis, Freddie Flintoff and me.
So out of those 4, I imagine maybe Freddie was doing most of the work. Would that be right?
No, I tell you what, you'd be surprised. The girls were proper.
Really?
Proper, yeah. Davina and Denise were really... I was just there for the ride.
So you were just... And how was Freddie? How did he take to the water? Did he enjoy the experience?
Oh, hated it. We all hated it because we'd only had about an hour together in our own boat, and it took us 8.5 hours. And I don't know if anyone's ever rowed, but it's just boring. We're just rowing like that. After 2 hours of rowing, Freddie went, no wonder people get a f***ing knighthood for this.
So you finished the boat journey, that part of it, and then when you get back here to the UK, what do you do next?
And then it was 3 consecutive runs that were each just over a marathon, so I think it was like 27 miles, 28 miles, and then 20, 28, 29 miles on the last day.
A hideous experience, then.
Yeah, I won't do it again. But then what happened, I hosted parts of Sport Relief, and so you're seeing people, and that was a couple of weeks later, and David Williams was the only one who came up to me and said, how was your head? Everyone else saying, how was your body? And he said, how was your head? Because he's been through something similar, and what happens, you don't realise how much of your head you offer to it, really, how much of the time that
just the focus,
the months going up to it, how much it occupies everything. It's a big thing to do, and then that hole just gets created because you don't want to do it yourself.
So did you treat yourself to a holiday afterwards? Did you have a break like that?
We did before, I've got the tour coming up, so we thought this August we'll have a proper family holiday.
Nice family break, OK. And how was that? How's that for you?
Yeah, you know what happens when you start getting a few quid. I said to me missus, look, we're going to have a proper holiday. I said, they were 5-star. It's not self-catering, it's your holiday too. I said, we're away. You have a break, love. We're on holiday. And I booked this resort in Sardinia, and We arrived there at night time, and the little Italian fella come on, and that's my version of Italian, by the way. And we're checking in, and he's looking at me, and he said, you know, you're not happy. I said, there's something not right about this. I said, but I'll give you your due. We'll see it in the morning. He said, it's a beautiful place. It's beautiful. You love this place. You love this place, and you love. I said, get your hands off me, missus, because they've looked, and you love this place, and we're doing all of this. And then he said, you know, you see in the morning, you have breakfast, you see, so we'll go down for breakfast. We booked this place because on the internet it had a fantastic beach. We come down for breakfast. I said, right, nice breakfast. I said, where's the beach? He said, oh, you just walk down the steps, you come down here, you get on the train, it'll only take time. I said, whoa. I said, hang on. Hey, Pedro, what train? He said, the train. He said, not a public train. This is hotel train. This is hotel train just for hotel guests. So my kids were going, come on, Dad, let's go and have a look. So we went and got on this train. Honestly, I put the picture on Twitter. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, they got the picture. I didn't...
Look at that. Look at that. We got on that to get to the beach, right? They put us on that. And I said to my kids were pissing themselves laughing at me getting on that. And I said, look, just get on it. It's obviously for fat Americans. We'll go 50 yards, get off at the other side. We got on that. We drove out the hotel. We went through the car park, out the hotel, on the main road. We look like a load of competition winners on a day out. So we checked out 2 days later. And also, we did that, and we got to the beach, and the beach was packed, and then I got a mate who's in Mallorca. And you know when you got a mate, and you're on holiday, and yours is shit, and theirs is brilliant. So you're going, oh, we're having a great time. So we went to Mallorca, which was lovely, to be fair.
When you finished your last tour, you said you were going to take a couple of years off to be with your family. But you're just starting a new tour now.
Yeah.
So what changed?
I went home. That's what changed. I just went home and did that thing that you do where you go, oh, look, I'll do the showbiz thing, we'll have time at home, it'll be lovely, and then after 2 weeks I sort of sat in the living room and my missus come in and go, are you still here? And I go, what are you doing? And the problem is, if you live the life like I've been living, where you're on tour and you're constantly touring, your family functions better when you're not in the house. It's better if you come and visit. And so, if you come and visit, everyone likes you, and you buy everyone presents, and then you piss off again, and everybody's happy. And so that's the way we've decided to live for the rest of our lives.
All right, here's the thing. John's just done, and you kind of know you've arrived when the BBC asked you to do Who Do You Think You Are? And they've asked you to do that show, and we said, OK, we want to talk about this, and obviously you can't give too much away. But we said to them, can you send a picture over from John from Who Do You Think You Are? And this is the picture they sent us. They actually sent us that picture of John Barnes. And I thought, wow, you really have found out a new side of yourself on this show.
I can't tell you, but you've got to watch the programme. That's not as far away from the truth as you might imagine.
So there's a link.
Oh, there is a link. I mean, it's not a distinct link like that. It was a brilliant thing to do. And they said to me, they ask a number of people, and then they do research, and there's certain problems. If you're from like Norfolk, they said if your family's from there, they don't really pursue it. And he said the reason being, no, this is true. They said the reason being because everyone was an agricultural worker, so they got what they needed. They got food off the land, they had a place to stay, and they all had sex in the family. And as a result of that, it's very difficult to get the family tree.
Imagine, but what a great show that would be.
What a fantastic show that would be.
I mean, just think about the amount of time they'd save on travel.
I know.
Just all in the one building.
I know. Wouldn't it be great if they got Jeremy Kyle and found out he was from Norfolk? It was. So anyway, so they got that, and then they said if you're Irish side because of records, so they did investigation, and then they came out and said we want to do the show, and it was humbling, and they went down different avenues where they said this will be on the show. They went down other avenues where they said just to let you know this is one of the things, but we're not putting it on the show for various reasons. And I found out something that I thought was just staggering. I found out that my great-granddad made such a contribution to his country's war effort that they actually named a plane after him, which is just it's humbling when you find stuff like
genuine,
that.
This is a genuine thing.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't know because we don't see the Messerschmitts very much these days, but...
You see, I love that. There was a moment there I thought you were being really sincere.
You were in, and now there's people Google Messerschmitts.
People think, wow, he's German.
No, but there was all little avenues like that, and they were saying, look, we think this. but we can't substantiate it, so we can't put it in the show.
Yeah,
And then when it goes out, apparently I get a box with everything in.
So, and have you had that box yet?
I haven't had it yet.
Wow.
So
Maybe they won't
I'll
send it.
probably find John Barnes in the box.
So when's the tour start? I can't remember. I had a day here somewhere. When's
Yeah,
roller
the
coaster
tour
start?
starts, well, yesterday.
It started already?
So the first week in Cardiff, and then it runs. And the thing is, it's got to end on November the 11th. It can't go on.
Okay, so why is it called... Well, A, why has it got to stop on November the 11th? Is this something...
Because I'm doing some filming afterwards, so it can't be one of those that gets extended.
And what about the title, roller coaster? Why is it called that?
Genuinely, why is it called that? It came about because I decided I wanted to do a tour. And this is lovely as well. It came about because we were sat having our tea, and I said to the family sat there, I said, I'm going to go on tour. And, and they first of all, they went, who are you? I said, I live here sometimes. I said, I'm going to go back on tour, but I need a name so everyone knows it's completely new material, it's different than last time. So there's a big discussion, what's it going to be about? And are you going to involve the family? Is it going to be about relationships? Melanie's going, is it about marriage? And I said, it's just about ups and downs. So my youngest lad, Daniel, said, call it roller coaster. Oh. So I said, that's brilliant. And then my wife, because she's got this lovely way of looking at things, said, oh, no, that's nice, because it is about marriage then, isn't it? Because that's what a marriage is like. You've decided to go on a journey with someone. And I said, yeah, that's nice, yeah, you've decided to sit in the same thing with somebody else, and then you've got this little journey where you're all exciting and you're going up and you're full of anticipation. Then you get to the top, get to the precipice, and you see the future, and it looks great, and then it's downhill. And you've got you in your ear screaming at me.
There you go. There's a lovely view of modern married life. Courtesy of Mr. John Bishop, ladies and gentlemen. Well, you're looking good. You didn't bust the move as much as I thought you would. Do you dance ever? Are you a dancing man?
I do my best, but that was like the oddest strippogram ever he was. I do my best. I couldn't do that. I mean, he did that thing that you do, someone drops some ice down your back and he does all that.
A shudder.
A shudder.
But do you dance with your wife? Because you've been with Melanie for a long while. Do you do romantic dancing? Have you ever learned a dance routine? No,
we haven't done that. Whether we should or not, I don't know. There's this thing about when you're with someone for so long, starting something new like that, you kind of go, oh, come on, who are we kidding?
Yeah.
You know, when people go, oh, we go salsa dancing together, you think, really, you've got problems in your marriage.
That's why we have box sets. You don't need to go out. But you're alone at home now, aren't you? All your boys have left home, haven't they? So all your sons have moved out. How old's the youngest?
The youngest is 19, sort of 23, 21 and 19. Wow. That's them there.
So that's it. Well, three fine-looking young men. And when you put that on Instagram, I think, and everyone said, well, they all look a lot like you, which they do.
You know when that was? That was Father's Day, when I took them out for my Father's Day. That's when things aren't right, isn't it?
But then you put a picture of your dad, and this is remarkable. Have a look at this. Is John's father. Yeah. And here's the one on the left with the cheeky smile.
Yeah.
And it's you. I mean, it's almost exactly you. It's a remarkable family resemblance.
That's me dad on his wedding day. My dad got married on April Fool's Day, 1961. So you can never forget it. And so that's me dad with the dicky one. That's his twin brother, Freddie.
Wow.
And the thing is, with me dad, I don't know whether they get this everywhere else, but there's this thing in Liverpool where families are split between Liverpool and Everton. They're twins, and my dad supports Liverpool. Wow. And my Uncle Freddie supports Everton. I mean, we haven't seen him for about 40 years, but... But obviously, as twins, they've always been dead close. And then, I got to tell you this, I had this thing, I was at a charity do, and there was an option to buy 4 tickets for the derby, Liverpool against Everton, and sit in the director's box.
Wow.
So I bid for it, got him. So I said to me dad, right, I'm going to take you, already, me brother, and my Uncle Freddie. I think it was their 72nd birthday or something. Yeah. I said, for both of you, 72 would be a lovely thing to do. And my dad went, I don't know, John. I said, what do you mean? He said, well, I haven't been to a game with your Uncle Freddie since 1973, when Liverpool played Everton, right, in a semi-final of the League Cup or something. They came out. One of them said something to the other. They ended up having a fight. Wow. So they had a proper fight. So they said, we'll never do it again. We're brothers. We're not going to do it again. I said, Dad, You're 72. Surely to God we can go the game. So I took them to the match. And it was a big thing, you know, like we're there, we're in the director's box. I think this is lovely. We're in the boardroom and we're sat at the table. And I said, look, it's going to be posh, but it'll be fine. Everyone's lovely, everyone's nice people, it'll just be fine. So we sat there. There was me dad, our Eddie, my Uncle Freddie, Alan Anston and his wife, Phil Thompson and his wife, Kerry Dalglish and his wife. And we're sat having something to eat and we're just trying to make conversation and not look like we don't belong. And my dad said, Alan, to Alan Anston, he said, Alan, what score do you think it'll be? And Alan went, oh. He said, I think Liverpool will win about 3-0. My Uncle Freddie went, oh, fuck off, Alan. But I was going, you shut up, you're embarrassing. I said, Jesus Christ, they're going to start fighting again now.
Well, you're trying to do something nice. So John is, like, we know you're a very funny man, and comedy is still primarily what you do. I mean, you've done acting, and you do TV as well, and we'll talk about it in a minute, but comedy is still essentially, I guess, your main focus. Would that be right?
It's really odd, because this tour that I'm going on this year, it's 3 years since I did the last tour, and it's one of those things that I can't explain really, because I came to it late. Being on stage, telling stories and telling jokes is just where I feel the most at home.
So this tour starts 9th of October, and you've been trying out the material at the Edinburgh Festival, weren't you?
Yeah.
Now, how is it? When something doesn't work, and I guess as a work in progress, some things don't, can you leave it? Are you happy to walk away from it? Or do you think, well, either I've got to rework it so it does work, or they're wrong?
No, you know what? I do loads of warm-up gigs, and there's always something in it. But I think, that's funny, they're just not getting it. And my tour manager has to pull me to one side and go, you know that thing about the hedgehog? It's just not funny, let it go. I go, no, it is, they're not getting it. What if I make it a girl hedgehog? You go, no, it just won't be funny.
Was there an actual hedgehog joke you were trying to do?
It was a hedgehog story.
Okay, let's hear it now, because maybe we'll like it. Maybe you found the audience at last ready for the hedgehog material.
Well, I'll tell you what it was. I was driving, and I'd never seen a hedgehog walk. So I was driving home, and see,
this is quite funny.
No one's ever seen a hedgehog walk. So I was driving home, and I saw one walking, and I didn't know that it was an hedgehog because I'd never seen it walk. So I stopped my car, right? A few people have been doing these warm-ups, son.
So this hedgehog material is killing
it's
tonight.
killing. And so I got out, and he was walking. And he was walking like that, and then as I approached it, it curled up like that. To which I said, what a prickly sod, it doesn't want anyone to know it's got legs.
Yeah, it wasn't very good at the end. I mean, it was great up until the punchline.
But I think if I keep working at it, there's a chance.
If you want to see a lot of hedgehog material, make sure you go and see Winging It from 9th of October.
I've honestly tried that about 4 different ways.
Well,
everyone goes, so what?
Well, it's just, maybe other people aren't as surprised by you that they can walk.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe in my head I've just thought someone's been picking them up and dropping them everywhere.
Okay, so now let's talk about the talk show you do, because John's got on the W channel, you've got a talk show In Conversation With. Very different sort of show to this one. Is that something you always wanted to do? You always wanted to be an interviewer?
You know, I wanted to do something where you'd have one person and talk, and so everyone keeps on saying it's the old format, but it's basically what people do.
Really get into the subject, really get under their skin a bit.
Yeah, not in an interrogating way, just to have a conversation. In fact, this is our 3rd series, and the guests that we've had have been brilliant, but what we've been able to do is to say, look, we've got time here, so you don't have to get to your funny anecdote, you don't have to get to your big hedgehog material.
Save that. Now, how old are you now, John?
I'm 50.
50. He's looking good for 50, isn't he, ladies and gentlemen? Okay. You are looking good for 50. But you kind of, I don't know, it's probably not vanity, but you work at it. You make an effort to keep yourself fit, don't you, John?
I do, yeah.
And you do mountain biking, don't you?
No. I tried mountain biking, and I've decided that I'm not a mountain biker. I did the Highlands.
Oh, is that you? It looks like a 14-year-old has stolen some
I was on tour in the Highlands, and my tour manager, who rides mountain bikes, said, let's go mountain biking. And I'm thinking, and you know, there was adverts in Centre Parks where you're riding through the woods. That's what I'm thinking. When we turned and had to get into a cable car to get to the start of the ride, I thought, this isn't going to end well.
Also, you know, when you get to a certain age, you've got to look after yourself. You have an accident, you have a fall now, your hips could go.
My hips could go.
Anyway, OK, and so how did the mountain biking go, though, once you got up on the cable car?
Well, the first time I went down, I crashed about 10 times.
We got this picture. Did you put this on Instagram? This is of your leg wounds after the. Wow.
That was after the first ride, and then I went back up. And there was a point, honest to God, on the second ride where someone said to me at the bottom, "You fall over if you go slow, so go fast, because then you dance over." And like an idiot, I thought, "Oh, that's good advice." I was bombing. I hit this rock and I landed, I'm not kidding you, 15 feet away from the bike. And I remember lying on the floor thinking, I'm 50. You know, when my dad was 50, he didn't go out.
No. He had sense.
He had sense. He just sat at home and ate pies and watched the telly. What am I doing?
Yes.
You know what it is? I think everyone keeps on saying 50 is the new 40 and all that, but it's not. It's not. Because there's adverts on the telly that I never used to see. Have you seen those adverts where there's a woman coming in with a tray and there's like some like a teapot on it and some cakes and she's going, and her husband's walking out to play golf going, "See you more, and he's going, "Oh, what's he like, eh? Loves his golf, he does, eh? Are you over 50? Have you thought about your funeral expenses? Have I shite more?
Have you ever seen a hedgehog walk? I've seen that. That's a very popular advert. You're hearing voices.
That's the ending. That's the gag I've been after.
Great to have you back on. You know, one of the things I like about John is he's always a very funny man, but I know how close you are with your family. You always talk very movingly about your family. Last time you were on the show, you were talking about one of your sons in particular, and it was very touching, it was very lovely. And I know that you've recently done a big photo shoot with them. I think this is from GQ magazine, this picture here?
Well, actually, what it was, I did a shoot for GQ magazine. They got in touch and said they were doing a feature about lads and dads. And they said, I misunderstood what they meant, so they said lads and dads, so I didn't know whether they wanted me dad or me lads.
You being the lad?
Exactly. I thought I could be the young one and bring me dad.
How old are you now, John?
52.
Yeah.
So it's not often that I'm the young one.
I admire your optimism.
I know, yeah. Although I'm the young one in this interview.
Yeah, OK.
Oh, don't start that.
Thank you.
Hey, he started it. So anyway, they're doing this lads and dads thing, and it was to help promote men's health, I think, with Royal Marsden Hospital. And so I said, well, look, can I bring me lads and me dad and do a group thing? So they did that, and I said, look, but can you do me a favour? Because it was a brilliant experience. I mean, like, my dad coming down to London, and we did the whole... They got a stylist in from the GQ, and me lads were there, and they were getting all styled up, and like, because they're not our clothes, obviously, so they're getting styled up, my dad's getting styled up, and we all did the same thing at the end. We all went, can we have that? We've still got that genetic thing going down that, like, we'll nick it if you don't give it to me. So we did that, and then it was meant to just be the lads, and I said to the photographer, can you do me a favour? I'll never get this opportunity again. Can I have me mum in? Oh. So that is actually not the picture that was in GQ. That's the picture that's on my wall.
But that's a lovely picture. So that's your parents and your three boys. How amazing. And what, was your missus not around? Did you not want her in the picture as well?
I've got a picture of her, haven't I?
And do your kids, do they think you're funny? Because, you know, we think you're funny, but I wonder whether in the family, or do they think you
Well, I've always done that thing and thinking, my kids don't think I'm funny, obviously, because, like, every kid thinks his dad's a knob, and that's just normal. Any dad who's watching this who thinks, that's not me, because, you know, little Johnny loves me. And when I'm playing football with little Johnny, he loves me. Yeah, that's because he's little Johnny. When he's 16, he's going to think you're a knob. That's just the way it happens. And so I always said, do you think I'm a knob? But inside, I genuinely thought, yeah, you know, obviously. Yeah. I'm a cool dad, obviously. Yeah. And then after the shoot, we did an interview. And a video interview, and the interviewer said to me, so who do you think is the funniest person that you know? And I immediately said, it's me dad. You know, my dad makes me laugh, and I love being with my dad.
It's a lovely answer.
Yeah. And then he said to my kids, so what do you think about your dad? Do you think he's funny? And they went, Yeah, and you know, there's that gap. And you think that gap says it all. They never went, yeah. I'd rather them have gone, no, I think he's shit, than just go, if we have to.
Being
we'll
forced
say,
into it.
Yeah, yeah.
So did you talk to them about this afterwards? Have you had it out with them?
No, but I've stopped giving them money.
Let me ask you about... John has a book out, ladies and gentlemen, in time for Christmas, and it's kind of pertinent with what we're talking about, because the book is called John Bishop, How to Grow Old, but then underneath they've subtitled it, A Middle-Aged Man Moaning. So what have you learned? What do you share in the book? What are the lessons about growing old that you are comfortable passing on?
Well, it's hard, isn't it? There's loads of things, like all of a sudden your body changes, the stuff that you used to think is funny has changed. It's like there's a whole bit about me mates, because I've still got the same mates I had 30 years ago. And we've all got older until we're together. And then we're all 18 again.
Yeah.
And you laugh at the same things that you used to laugh at when you were 18. And when we were 18, we were all in college. The funniest thing ever was farting.
Yeah.
If one of the lads farted, they would shout upstairs and go, lads, I'm going to fart. And everyone would run in and go, Paul's going to fart. Get him, he's going to fart. Go, yeah, get Eddie, I'm going to fart. Get the lighter. This would be great. Get the lighter, he's going to fart. Get the lighter. And then you go like that and he'd fart, you'd light it, you don't laugh your head off, because that was brilliant when you're 19 or 18, because
I should point out, these are the days before Netflix, of course.
Oh, of course, yeah. And the days before the internet, but it was also the days when you're 18, when you know when you're going to fart. It's a horrible thing about aging that you don't realise. You can walk into a room, hear a fart, turn round and find out you're the only one in there.
What are the hardest things to deal with, do you think, growing older? What are the things that you struggle with the most? What are the things you find hardest?
Well, I think the body. I think the fact that you don't recover. I had a big operation last year on my knee, and that took me ages to recover. I think that, and the fact that you're always fat. And there's the degrees of fatness, but you're never, ever slim again. You're just less fat than you were.
You thicken up as you get older,
yeah,
so it
you
is, yeah.
thicken up, and there's thick bits where you think, how the fuck can you get fat on your back? Do you know what I mean? Like, no food. You think, how does the food go in the front and fucking end up on the back? The worst thing that you can do, honestly, God, I do it. It should be advised to everyone, don't do it, is stand naked and just wobble. If you've done that in front of the mirror and everything, and you tense yourself, and when you tense yourself, you just wobble a little bit less. Everything wobbles. And I think I'm not too bad, but Jesus Christ, there's certain moments where I catch myself and go, who's that fat bastard?
OK, so what about the things you're enjoying? What things are there aspects of your life that you enjoy more that you're getting older? Let's make this positive, because there's got to be some positive sides to getting older.
Yeah, I mean, there are. You know what I enjoy more is people. I enjoy... I was always busy. I was always liking a laugh, but I actually enjoy just being with people and talking to them a little bit more. I think that's one of the things that you get older. And it's one of the things that... Because when I was writing the book, I wanted to do a bit of research and find out stuff. And one of the things that they found is loneliness is a cruel weight for anyone to carry. And there's NHS leaflets for old people over 70, saying if you're lonely and you feel disconnected, what you should do is when you go out, try and talk to somebody. If you don't live with anybody and stuff, try and connect with someone and talk to someone. And I've thought, oh my God, all those times I've seen somebody who's old on their own, and they've said, oh, hiya, love, and you go, yeah, okay, you move on. I thought, we're putting all the pressure on them to try and reach out, and it should be us. And I think that's one thing. If I ever see anyone now, old, in the 70s, 80s or whatever, sat in a cafe on the road, just make time, go over and say hello.
I think that was how we met. You saw me in a cafe. You talk in the book as well, though, and this is changing the subject. Can I have a look? Can you turn your head round?
Oh, my...
Have you had a piercing?
Oh, no, this was before the book. Yeah, I got this the other week.
I mean, that is a midlife crisis happening right before our eyes, isn't it? Did you ever have a piercing before?
Never had a piercing before.
What possessed you to have one now that you're 52?
I was because I thought I'd be cool.
I mean, that's quite an odd place to have it as well. I mean, that's high up on the ear.
How do you know it's the only one I've got? Oh! I tell you what it was. I was in Wexford in Ireland. I was doing gigs in Wexford in Ireland, and someone said, "You've got to go for a walk around Wexford." Right? So I left the hotel and I walked down both the streets in Wexford, and I was back in 7 minutes. And I thought, and he said, "No, you've got to go back again. There'll be more." And I kept on walking past this piercing shop. And I thought, why have I never had a piercing? I thought, I've never had a piercing because I've just always thought it was not a thing for me to do. And I thought, why not? So I just went in.
So when you went home to Melanie, though, did you have to explain the new edition?
She just... I actually thought I was going to go in and it would be, oh, my God, you really still got that gypsy spirit in you. I can't believe you're such a man. That's what I was expecting. She just pissed herself. And when I say pissed herself, I mean literally for about 8 minutes just kept on going... and rubbing it and everything. She couldn't believe it. She tried to pull it out 4 times. She kept on thinking it was
I mean, actually, now I've got used to it. You pull it off. It looks quite nice on you. I think it is quite dashing.
I'm all right with it. What do you think?
That was a similar response when your sons were asked if they found you funny. There was a pause. Like, I mean, I've got used... I can understand you perfectly well, John. Just want to make sure this isn't me having to go here, but I know that some people say, oh, you've got John Bishop on. Sometimes I struggle with his accent a bit. People down south do sometimes struggle with it. Do you find that? Do you find, you know, do you have to sort of, like, soften the accent when you come down here?
No, you know what? It's funny because I had an Alexa and I stopped using it because I was getting annoyed with it. Because I had it in the dressing room and it was just annoying me. I'd say things like, play songs by Jack Savaretti and I'd go, here's a recipe for spaghetti. And I'm like...
You can imagine what I get when I speak to Alexa at home. Everything with a W. Everything. It doesn't matter what. Come on, sit down, John. How you doing? What's going on with your hand? I noticed you've got a knuckle duster. What are you...
Yeah, crap knuckle duster.
What is that?
It's an injury that I've got on my central knuckle there, where the tendon's moved over. It's a boxing injury, hitting bags and stuff. And it swelled up when I was doing a motorbike trip, so they said you've got a window of 4 weeks when you do this injury to wear this brace, and then it might fix it so you don't need an operation. But it means I literally... I walk around just upsetting everybody.
Well, what an amazing excuse. We should all get one for special occasions.
It's not me, it's an injury.
It's not you, it's the injury. Well, you're kind of known best as a stand-up, of course, but you've done a fair bit of acting. I don't know if you'll know this. John's done quite a lot of acting, of course. Doctor Who, many other things. Do you like doing that side of things? Do you prefer that to stand-up?
I do like it. The bits of acting that I've done have been really odd because, like, I'm not a trained actor. And so, to me, acting's like playing out. And and if the character happens to look and sound a lot like me, I'm brilliant. Right. But if the character's got to do anything, if there's anything the character's got to do, I'm shit. I did this thing in Doctor Who where they come in and said, your character's got to fire a laser gun. So we put the laser in as a special effect. So I need you to pick it up, move quickly, drop on one knee, fire 3 shots off. Move to your other mark, fire 3 shots off. There's the laser gun.
Look, so you look impressive there, I'll be honest.
You've got it's a big plastic toy, but you've got to make it look impressive. So the director said, it's got to be fast. Do you want us to get you a stunt double? And I said, do you want to keep your teeth, dickhead? Stunt double. I said, I've been too fast for your cameras. So I got really G'd up. I was like, they went action on. And they went, cut. I went, what's wrong? Was it too fast? He said, John... He said, you know what I said? We put the laser in as a special effect. I said, yeah. He said, so when you pull the trigger, you don't have to make the noise.
That exact same thing has happened to me more than once.
Yeah, it's instinct.
In pulling a trigger on a gun in a movie, and they're like, do you realize you're going every time you pull the trigger?
Piers, of course...
You don't even realise you're doing it.
No.
Yeah.
Let's turn to an actual professional actor here. Piers, when you were
done the same thing.
When you were Bond or any other film, you never went, pow,
Oh, yes.
pow.
Really? No, I've done this exact same thing. I even shot myself in the foot, actually. Because they give you the gun and they had the blanks and there was a helicopter and I pulled the trigger on my foot and blew the leather off.
Wow.
Really? Yeah, really. It was-
Now that
It
makes me feel so good.
Let's talk about you being back on the road, because it's been, I would say it's been a while, but it hasn't, because you're finishing one tour now before starting another one very soon.
So this current tour ends next week at the Palladium. Then I've got a few European dates, odd European dates like Mallorca and I finish off in Amsterdam, which is good, yeah. And then, but it's 25 years this year since I first walked on a stage to do any stand-up in an open spot at the Frog and Bucket in Manchester and Liverpool. And I just thought it was a good way of marking that.
And I love the fact, I know for, kind of as a thank you to the fans, I guess, and to commemorate that it's 25 years, you've set the prices low, haven't you?
Yeah, it's £25 a ticket.
Wow.
Every ticket's £25.
That's amazing. Compared to what normally they're 100, 150, 200, I don't know what they go for. That's amazing. 25 years.
Yeah, and it is an opportunity to celebrate and to thank people, and that's why I want to try and keep the price low, because it is mad. And within those 25 years, everyone asks what the landmarks are. And your show was one of the landmarks. When I came on your show in 2010, I was at that time touring. I was kind of breaking through. I'd done little bits of television. And then I came on your show. And at the point I came on your show, I was selling about 700 tickets a week. And that weekend, after being on your show, I sold 18,000 tickets.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Well, I was lucky to have you on. But it's great to see you doing what you do best and what you love as well. Because I know you really do love being up there, don't you?
I love it. I love it, and it's been great to have other opportunities, you know, like acting, presenting and all the rest of it. But the last 2 years, I've just devoted it all back to stand-up and going back to the beginning. So it's very difficult after 20-odd years to go into comedy clubs and start developing material. So I've been going to New York. I've been going over and starting again.
Because they don't know you as well.
They don't know me at all.
Can they understand a word you say over there?
It's funny you should say that. This actually really happened. I was there in January, and I did it, and I'm doing the Comedy Cellar, you know, in
Comedy
New York.
Cellar in New York, yeah.
I've been going over doing these little spots, and I did a spot, a 15-minute spot, like all the other comedians, get introduced on, no one knows who I am. I'm walking off, and if I'm not introduced as English and I don't make any mention of being English, I never even conceived that they didn't know. And as I came off, this guy stopped me he couldn't have looked more American. Big beard, baseball cap, looked like he drove a truck in a documentary, an ice truck or something. And as I'm walking past, he just stopped me, he said, "Hey, buddy." He said, "Tell your guy Zelensky, we've got his back."
In case you're wondering, Judy is also going to be on tour in the near future. When are you going back on tour?
Yeah, I'm going at the end of the year. Start with some warm-ups in September, then back on the road in January. Can't wait, very excited. So working title, Judy with Love. So it's just all just a bit of me.
I can't wait. I really love seeing you live. You're amazing live. I'm going to see you live. I'm going to see you live. I'm going to watch your next show when it comes out in 7 years' time. OK, so you're back on tour, which you love that, I know. But are you doing more acting? Because you're good. I mean, I've seen you stuff.
I just did a thing with Rose Ayling, who's a deaf actress over there. And so I played... It was so funny. I got this... So she's doing this drama, and I got a phone call from the agent to say, Rose is doing this drama where she can lip-read criminals, and the police have recruited her. They're already shooting it, but there's a part for you. So I thought, love interest? That's OK. Right. I don't mind. She said, "You're going to be a dad."
Well, it comes to all of us.
I know, when I met her, I mean, she's 28, she's the same age as my son. Obviously, I'm going to be a dad.
Piers, have you had it? Obviously, you are a spectacular-looking man, and I would say as virile and dangerously fertile as ever, to my eye, but...
No prosthetics.
Did it get to a stage... did it get to a stage where you were getting the parts as the kind of love interest, and then suddenly you realised, oh, hold on, I'm not the love interest anymore. I am the father figure.
Oh, sure, yes. I mean, it's happening to me as we speak, really. Yes, I mean, your career moves on and you grow out of a certain age and you have to stay at the table for as long as you can as an actor. And it's as simple as that, really, and you have to make peace with it.
But it's interesting.
I wonder what kind of daddy are you really getting cast for? Are you getting cast for daddy or are you getting cast for daddy?
I think the phrase is zaddy.
Zaddy, that's what I'm saying.
Both.
Okay,
Really.
okay.
But of course, you still, you know, getting older doesn't mean you can't be a love interest, of course, because you were amazing in one of the most popular films in recent history, which I know. And when I told people you were on this week, a lot of people said, "Oh my God, I'd love to be James Bond," but more people said to me, "Oh, Mamma Mia." Mamma Mia, a phenomenon. And you're amazing in it. It's such a fun, lovely film. They're really charming, lovely films. Must have been a great experience to make that.
Oh, it was beautiful. It was criminal how much fun we had on that movie. I mean, no acting required, really. You just show up and be yourself and, you know, hang out with these guys. It was one of the most pleasurable times of my career as an actor, definitely. So hopefully there'll be a third one.
Yes, fingers crossed. Did you? I hear that you watched that in someone's house, someone quite special.
Oh, Barbra Streisand. Yes, yes.
I mean, hold on, he had to think about who's
No,
special.
I wasn't quite sure.
But in the Rolodex of people you know, of course, there's a lot of them. But Barbra Streisand, you watched it with Barbra Streisand?
Well,
you watched a film in which you sing with Barbra Streisand.
She's a friend. She lives out there in Malibu, and she wanted to see the film, so my wife, Keely, and I went over to the house, and we brought the film with us and sat down and watched it with Barbara.
And what did she say? What did she think?
Well, she said, "Come and sit beside me," and my friends were down there, and my wife, and she had me up on the couch beside her, and her dog was with her. She had a little dog called Sammy, you know, and she said, "That's wonderful," and I tapped her on the knee, and then the dog bit me. And she said, "Oh, Sammy, are you all right?" Sammy drew blood.
John, earlier on we were talking about Judy's show at the moment, which is out now, which I don't know if you've seen it. Have you seen Last One Laughing?
I haven't seen the UK one yet. I watched the Irish one all the way through.
Well, I would say this is even better. This is very very funny. But do you suffer from that? Do you
I
cope?
couldn't do it. No chance. In fact,
I was asking.
Ben asked me before, were you on that show? I said, not a chance. I wouldn't last 5 minutes.
What would trigger you, do you think?
Just anything. Just her laughing would trigger me. When everyone ran away from you laughing, I get caught laughing. I did a thing with Hugh Bonneville.
Yeah.
We did this documentary where you look into your family history. So it's one of those DNA stories. It's a serious thing. They take us over to Ireland. And I nearly ruined that because of laughing, because we were in this this place where they had a historian, and he said, "Hugh, we're here for you, for your great aunt. She was a big socialite in Dublin in the 1920s. She used to hold these wonderful parties. But what made me laugh is he said her name was Fanny." Now, when this historian said the name was Fanny, I couldn't stop giggling like an 8-year-old. But then he said one of the biggest things that happened in Dublin society in the 1920s is when Hugh Bonneville's great auntie Fanny got married. She married a man called Harold Beater and became Fanny Beater. That is funny. Excuse for laughing.
Oh, dear.